A very good morning to everybody. I would like to invite all the dignitaries to kindly take their seats on the dais. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ainul Hassan, Professor Uma Rani Papuswamy, Professor J. Prabhakar Rao, Professor Aziz Bano, Professor Ishtiaq Ahmed, I would kindly request you all to please grace the stage. Professor Imtiaz, sir, please, we welcome you on stage. Once again, a very good morning to everybody. We are extremely happy to have you all for the 3-day international conference on Voices of India and Beyond, Sustainability and Technology from 28th of August to 30th August, jointly organized by the Department of English, Maulana Azad National Urdu University, Center for Language and Multicultural Communication, Woxen University, and Center for Applied Linguistics and Translation Studies, University of Hyderabad. Also in academic collaboration with Central Institute of Indian Languages, Mysuru, Indian Council of Social Science Research, and Institute of Eminence, University of Hyderabad. I welcome you all to this inaugural session. I now invite Shafeen to begin the session with the recitation of the Holy Quran.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم.
Thank you, Shafeen. I would now like to request the IMC team to play the University Tarana.
ये बाबे शहरे इल्म है उर्दू ज़बान का। ये बाबे शहरे इल्म है उर्दू ज़बान का। आओ सफ़र यहाँ से करे आसमान का। बाबे शहरे इल्म है उर्दू ज़बान का। इल्मो कमाल फज़लो शियारो शूर तक پھیلی ہے دل نواز مہک دور دور تک، ملتا یہاں نصاب ہے سارے جہان کا. یہ باب شہر علم ہے اردو زبان کا. ہر نقش و رنگ و بو سے کرو اپنی گفتگو، آزاد درس گاہ کی ہے یہ بھی جستجو. سب فاصلہ مٹاتے چلو درمیان کا. یہ باب شہر علم ہے اردو زبان کا. غرب و جنوب سے ہو کے شرق و شمال سے آگے بڑھو خیال ملا دو خیال سے. چرچا ہو کائنات میں ہندوستان کا. یہ باب شہر علم ہے اردو زبان کا. فصل صدا بہار سے بستی بسی رہے، مل کر دعا کرو کہ یہ کھیتی ہری رہے. سایہ رہے سروں پہ کسی سائبان کا. آؤ سفر یہاں سے کرے آسمان کا. یہ باب شہر علم ہے اردو زبان کا. یہ باب شہر علم ہے اردو زبان کا.
Thank you to the IMC team. I would like to share with you all that the Tarana has been beautifully written by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ainul Hassan. I would now request Professor K. Nagendra, Head Department of English, Maulana Azad National Urdu University, to give the welcome address. Please, sir.
A very good morning, distinguished guests and esteemed colleagues and dear participants. It is with immense pleasure I extend a warm welcome to each of you to this 3-day international conference on Voices of India and Beyond, Mobility, Sustainability and Technology. This event is jointly organized by the Department of English, MANUU, Center for Languages Multicultural Communication, University of Hyderabad, in academic collaboration with Central Institute of Indian Languages and Indian Council of Social Science Research and Institute of Eminence from University of Hyderabad. And first and foremost, I'd like to extend a heartfelt welcome to Professor Syed Ainul Hassan, Vice Chancellor MANUU. Sir, your unwavering support and encouragement have been instrumental in bringing this unique conference into reality. We are deeply grateful for your presence here today, sir. Thank you. And I'm also delighted to welcome Professor Umarani Pappuswamy, Deputy Director, CIIL, and ma'am, your continued dedication to linguistic studies is an inspiration to all of us, and we feel honored to have you here today. Thank you, ma'am. A special welcome goes to Professor Aziz Banu, Dean, School of Languages, Linguistics and Indology, MANUU. Madam, your vision and guidance have been crucial in shaping this conference, and we are grateful for your presence. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. And I'm equally pleased to welcome Professor J. Prabhakar Rao, Dean, School of Humanities, University of Hyderabad. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion. And finally, I extend a warm welcome to Professor Istiaq Ahmed, Registrar, MANUU. Thank you, sir, for your constant support and encouragement and gracing the occasion. And I also wanted to mention, because from the day one, okay, Professor Imtiaz Hasnain is the instrumental, and he is the reason, okay, behind, okay, this conference. Sir, thank you for being here, and thank you for gracing the occasion. And I am pleased to share that the Department of English, MANUU, conducted a successful pre-conference workshop on informal digital learning of English and generative AI in language teaching and research. This workshop, featuring international resource persons, attracted a large number of participants in a hybrid mode and set the stage for rich discussions we'll have during this conference. This conference also brings together scholars, policymakers, and community activists to explore critical issues in language, culture, and society, with themes ranging from multilingualism and identity to the impact of technology on language preservation. We aim to foster meaningful discussions that will contribute to the ongoing dialogue on these pressing global concerns. We are honored to have a distinguished panel of speakers and guests with us, and whose insights will undoubtedly enrich our understanding and inspire further research in these fields. The response to our call for papers have been overwhelming, and with 166 abstracts submitted by the deadline, and after deadline we have received number of papers, and we are particularly proud of the diverse representations we have gathered with participants from esteemed institutions such as JNU, BHU, and EFLU, and IITs like Madras and Delhi, IIM and CIIL, and GLA University, Mathura University, and KM University, Agra University, and Jamia Millia Islamia University, among others. And we are also privileged to have participation from distinguished professionals in the industry, including Oracle and All India Institute of Speech and Hearing and a medical college. Moreover, this conference has attracted international participants from France, Hong Kong, Japan, Bangladesh, underscoring the global significance of the topics we'll discuss. As we embark on this intellectual journey, I encourage all of you to actively participate, share your insights, and engage in meaningful dialogues. Together, we can explore the intersections of language, mobility, sustainability, and technology, and contribute to the advancement of knowledge in these critical areas. Thank you for joining us in this significant exchange of ideas. I look forward to the fruitful discussions that will unfold over the next 3 days. Thank you once again, and welcome to the conference. Thank you. Thank you, Himanju.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to invite Professor S. Arulmozi, Center for Applied Linguistics and Translation Studies, University of Hyderabad, to say a few words about the conference. Please, sir.
Good morning, everyone. அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, esteemed guests, colleagues, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. It's indeed a great pleasure to welcome you all to our conference, Voices of India and Beyond, Mobility, Sustainability and Technology. The theme of this event highlights something truly remarkable, the diversity of voices that shape our world. Right here in India, we have over 19,500 mother tongues spoken. Each language is more than just words. It represents a unique way of seeing the world, a piece of cultural identity, and a significant part of our human heritage. And this diversity isn't just limited to India. Across the globe, we have around 7,000 living languages, each contributing to the rich variety of human experience. These voices, both from India and beyond, are more than just languages. They are the carriers of knowledge, traditions, and community histories. Yet, as mobility increases and technology advances, many of these voices are at risk of being lost or marginalized. This brings us to the theme of our conference, where we examine how mobility, sustainability, and technology intersect with linguistic diversity. Mobility is not just about physical movement, it's all about the transfer of ideas, languages, and cultures across different spaces. In a country like India, where linguistic and cultural diversity is immense, the patterns of mobility, whether through migration, urbanization, or digital connectivity, play a crucial role in shaping societal change. This conference provides a platform to discuss how these patterns influence everything from language preservation to education access. Sustainability in this context extends beyond environmental concerns to include cultural and linguistic sustainability. As we become more connected globally, we must ask ourselves, how do we ensure that rapid technological advancements and increased mobility do not lead to the erosion of cultural identities and languages? This conference will address such questions, examining how sustainable practices can be integrated into technological development and policy making. Technology, as we all know, is the driving force behind much of the change we see today. But technology is a double-edged sword. It has the power to connect and empower, but also the potential to marginalize and exclude. One of the unique aspects of this conference is our focus on how technology can be exploited to support linguistic diversity and cultural heritage, rather than diminish it. We will explore innovative digital tools that are being used to document and revitalize endangered languages and discuss the role of artificial intelligence in shaping the future of language and preservation. This conference is structured to facilitate in-depth discussions and cross-disciplinary collaborations. We have 4 plenary talks, 5 panel discussions, and 3 technical sessions comprising of 73 paper presentations. In addition to this inaugural, and we have a valedictory session on 30th at University of Hyderabad. In addition to the formal sessions, we have also organized informal networking opportunities where you can connect with fellow participants, exchange ideas, and perhaps even lay the groundwork for future collaborations. We believe that the conversations that happen outside the conference rooms are just as important as those within them, as they often lead to new insights and partnerships. Thank you all for being here, and we hope you will benefit from the rich discussions and insights that will emerge over the next 3 days. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor Uma Rani Papuswamy, Deputy Director, Central Institute of Indian Languages, Mysuru, to say a few words. Please, ma'am.
Thank you. Salam alaikum. Good morning, everybody. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Syed Aimul Hassan, Professor Ahmed, Professor Imtiaz Hasnain, Professor Prabhakar Rao, Professor Asis Banu, my dear colleagues from India and beyond, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great honor and privilege to be in this conference, especially my first time in MANUU. I'm very happy to be here, and I thank Professor Imtiaz Hasnain for inviting me here, and to the Vice Chancellor for accommodating me with just 5-minute notice in this inaugural session. Thank you so much. Thank you. As already we know, we are here to talk and debate about one of the most important themes in linguistics and beyond, I must say. Voices of India and beyond, mobility, sustainability, and technology. I take this opportunity to share a few words about the institute I belong to and I come from, Central Institute of Indian Languages. It's my duty to introduce the institute to many young faces here because they are the future of linguistics in India. Central Institute of Indian Languages, an internationally reputed national institute under the Ministry of Education, was established on 17 July 1969 in Mysuru, the cultural capital of Karnataka. For over 5 decades, CIIL has been at the forefront of promoting, protecting, and developing India's vast linguistic heritage. Like Professor Arulmozhi pointed out, we have more than 1900 plus mother tongues spoken by more than 1 billion faces in India. It's a proud moment for us because we are the leaders in multilingualism in many ways. CIIL's mission or the mandate in protecting and preserving these languages has been going on for a long time. CIIL's mission is rooted in the belief that every language, be it small or big, carries its own identity, and it is very important for India's linguistic heritage development. It is this commitment to preserving linguistic diversity in India that aligns perfectly with the theme of this conference. CIIL's efforts are vast. I would like to introduce some of the schemes and projects that are going on in the Institute. Like, we are one of the pioneers who set up regional language centers back in 1970s. We have 7 centers across the country where we teach more than 20 scheduled languages. We have been doing only teaching scheduled languages, and we do have a center which is dedicated to teaching Urdu exclusively in Lucknow. And we also teach Urdu in Patiala. I'm very happy to share this here because here I have many friends whose mother tongue is Urdu, and we are one of the institutions that began doing this in early 1970s. To date, these 7 centers have trained more than 20,000 trainees who come from different linguistic backgrounds. This is basically adding more value to our national integration. CIIL also has the National Testing Service, which develops language evaluation systems. We also have the Linguistic Data Consortium for Indian Languages, which was headed by Professor Ramamurthy for more than a decade, who is among us here in the audience. It creates extensive technology resources using Corpora and many other tools. We also have the National Translation Mission, which breaks down language barriers by translating knowledge-based texts into different scheduled languages. Of particular importance at CIIL is the Scheme for Protection and Preservation of endangered languages, which is dedicated to document and record the lesser known endangered languages of our country. This is very important because, like our title says, sustainability is very important, and how to connect this sustainability with technology is going to be debated in the next few days. In CIIL, we started with documenting 117 endangered languages. It's ongoing. We also have a project called Orthography Development of Northeast Languages, funded by Northeastern Council, which I am heading, and we are about to complete developing scripts for two important languages, Lingam and Varjaintia. Both are Austroasiatic, spoken in Meghalaya. We also have a unique project, Bharatvani project, that has become the largest multilingual knowledge repository with more than 7,000 knowledge resources in hundreds of Indian languages. We also housed many other projects. For lack of time, I'm not going into it, but we do have another important center called Center of Classical Languages, where we are doing research in all the classical languages of the country. We also have a center called Northeast Language Development, which is dedicated, as the name says, for the development of Northeast languages. We are particularly, all of us sitting here, are proud to be part of the International Decade of Indigenous Languages, reflecting our long-standing commitment to preserving minority and endangered languages. Mobility, sustainability, and technology. The central theme of this conference resonates very well with CIIL's mission, and I believe it resonates with MANUU's and University of Hyderabad's and Oxford University's mission as well. Mobility has always played a critical role in shaping India's linguistic landscape, whether it is through migration or any other means or digital platforms. Languages and ideas have constantly been on the move. This mobility, however present, it has many challenges and obstacles. It brings languages into contact, but it also can push smaller languages into the back seat. So it is our duty to pay attention to the smaller languages of our country and see what we can do, how we can make them more mobile. In other words, how we can empower the speakers of those languages, which will lead to the language empowerment, technology empowerment, and people empowerment thereby. There are many things one can go on and on. Sustainability, of course, it encompasses many types of knowledge. It is important to pay attention to the indigenous knowledge and how to preserve. At CIIL, we have this mission in many of our projects. Technology, as all of you know, is driving today's world. Today we are sitting here when AI language models are being built for many languages. I think it's our duty, wherever we belong to, whether a university or an institute, to contribute to this mission, to see that most of our language or all of our languages get some presence in the cyberspace. This conference is a vital platform to explore these ideas and issues and develop practical solutions. Through these sessions and panel discussions and other keynote talks, I am sure we will see how we can integrate these themes to build a future where all voices are heard and preserved. Thank you all for your presence today. And on behalf of the Central Institute of Indian Languages, I wish you a fruitful and insightful conference ahead. Once again, it is an honor to be part of this inaugural session and the conference. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request Professor J. Prabhakara Rao, Dean, School of Humanities, University of Hyderabad, to say a few words. Please, sir.
Good morning to everybody. I am here to represent University of Hyderabad, my Vice Chancellor, Professor B.J. Rao. He asked me to convey best wishes to the conference, fruitful deliberations, and grand success. So, greetings from Professor B.J. Rao to all of you, to the participants, to the organizers. Then coming to the theme of the conference, Voice of India and Beyond Mobility, Sustainability and Technology. The University of Hyderabad, especially Center for Applied Linguistics and Translation Studies, to which I belong, is very happy to be associated with this unique conference. Normally, in all conferences, speakers say that our conference is unique. But this conference is unique because we are combining here mobility, sustainability, and technology. As we know, India is a multilingual, multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious country. And the multilingualism in India, I think it is a historical phenomena in this country. And this multilingualism has been sustaining in the Indian subcontinent over thousands of years, unconsciously in the society, and this sustainability was given by the society. But in the changing modern times, the sustainability of the multilingualism depends on mobility and technology. So now we need to adopt emerging technologies to sustain multilingualism and multiculturalism. Why we have to do? Just to sustain them? No. Because when we want to build AI and when we are talking about responsible AI, ethical AI, we need to have AIs in different languages. Because normally multinational companies, they build universal AIs. These universal AIs are biased. Both, you see, gender bias is there, regional bias is there. You see, there are a number of issues on biases. Okay. But so as to avoid these biases and also to effectively solve local problems, we need to build local AI. This local AI can be built in local languages, taking into consideration the local cultures. Then only we can effectively solve the problems. Hence, I think multilingualism and sustainability of the multilingualism is the central to building AI, especially ethical AI, because everybody now talks about AI ethics, ethical AI. And normally when we say sustainability, we talk about economy only. No, economy can be sustainable only when you can sustain multilingualism and multiculturalism. This, as a linguist, we have to highlight, and technology can help us in this regard. Earlier, at one point of time, we all of us thought linguists that linguistics is a very dry subject. Now it is not. Because for any technology, now, you know, generative AI, especially with the invent of generative AI, linguistics, linguistic theories, multilingualism, all these issues, all these aspects have become very, very important and relevant. So in this regard, I think that this conference is unique. That's why it is unique. So we are very happy to be associated with this conference. And as just now Professor Uma has mentioned, that we are all celebrating Decade of Indigenous Languages, and it is our duty to sustain, promote, preserve indigenous languages, because now we are talking about indigenous knowledge systems, not only traditional, indigenous knowledge systems. These indigenous knowledge systems can be preserved, transformed, and transmitted only in the languages. So unless we sustain, we preserve these languages, using technology, adopting technology, especially AI, we cannot preserve them or we cannot sustain them. And when we talk about Indian languages or multilingual country, we normally have the view of majority of languages. Now, even our language policy should take into account the minority languages, especially indigenous languages. India is not the multilingual because we have 24 scheduled languages and some more languages are in the line to be in the list of scheduled languages. No, it is not like that. There are many indigenous languages which we have to preserve. They are part of this they are more than the majority language. Minority languages are more than majority of languages. And as you all of you know, that unfortunately the census of India did not take into account the languages that have been spoken by less than 10,000 people. I think it is quite unfair. Anyhow, but the technology now gives us a very good opportunity as a linguist to sustain these languages. So in that sense, especially in the era of technology, and when UNESCO has declared Decade of Indigenous Languages, this conference is very relevant because I am representing India in UNESCO and in UN. So we all talk about the AI, local languages, multilingualism, sustainability. Normally companies, multinational companies won't like when we say ethical AI languages because of very unknown reasons. But anyhow, as academicians, as linguists, we have to push that and we have to make sustainability of these languages, indigenous languages of India, and other both majority and minority of languages using technology. So I once again greet all of you to this unique conference on behalf of University of Hyderabad, on behalf of Center for Applied Linguistics and Translation Studies. If Professor Arun Mosi permit me, because he is my immediate boss, though I am Dean of School of Humanities, but my immediate boss in the department is he. Anyhow, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I wish all success to this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Professor Imtiaz Hasni, Maulana Azad Chair MANUU, to please say a few words.
I think it's time to say good morning still. I don't have a watch, but anyway, I won't take any risk. I'll say good afternoon and good morning both. Distinguished people sitting at the dais, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Sayyid Anil Hassan Sahib, Professor Prabhakar Rao, who is representing the Vice Chancellor of Hyderabad Central University, Professor Uma Rani, she is representing a premier institute of languages, that is Central Institute of Indian Languages at Mysuru. We have Professor Ishtiaq Ahmed, and we have Professor Aziz Bano from MANUU. We have several dignitaries from both within MANUU, and also we have dignitaries coming from outside India, because we intend to talk about the voices of India and beyond. So the beyond is represented by people from several countries. Some of them have physically come here, and some of them are participating online. We have people coming to justify the diversity, and there are several universities from all over India who have come here. Along with them, we have institutes being represented. For instance, we have IIT Madras, we have IIT Delhi, we have IIT Kanpur, we have IIM coming here, we have All India Institute of Speech and Hearing coming here. We have people from multinational companies coming here. We have publisher coming here from none other than Springer, who is willing to be part of this event and also to look into the possibilities of publishing the proceedings by Springer. And we have people coming from several NGOs who have participated. Now, this is something that is happening. In fact, before I go board into the professional part, let me first talk a little bit of my personal part. When I retired in 2022, late 2022, I got a call from Professor Ainul Hassan that you have not retired. You are coming to Hyderabad. So I said that in what capacity I'm coming here? He said, you're coming here as an adjunct professor. So I came here as an adjunct professor. And immediately after that, he said that you are a chair professor now. Now, this kind of an encouragement that I was getting from head of the institution is something that I owe a lot to him, because he did really make me feel that I have not retired and I'm working. And thanks to you, sir, that you have made me feel like that. I've got such a wonderful cooperation, support, and encouragement from the entire faculty of MANUU, whatever the reason may be. But the support is always there. To any person I would visit for some help, and there is the help coming. I'm so fortunate that way, that whatever I'm trying to do something, and I have a support for doing it, there is no problem of any kind. The idea of diversity came, much has been said about that, much has been said about the sustainability, and much has been said about the technology. I just wanted to add that today we are constantly talking about the interdisciplinarity, the multidisciplinarity. And nothing could be better showcasing interdisciplinarity and multidisciplinarity, where in this conference, we have people who are working on language and genes. They are coming, they are participating. And Voxen has taken the lead on this panel. We have people who are working on artificial intelligence and language, including the ethical issues of artificial intelligence. We have a panel on that. And the lead has been taken by Voxen University. We have people who are working on applied part of linguistics and language, thinking about the speech and hearing, the language pathology, and all these things are being taken up by people from Aish, that is Mysuru, people from speech and hearing institutes in Hyderabad, and speech and hearing institutes in Bombay. And we have Hyderabad Central University, which has taken a lead there to have a panel dedicated to that. We have a panel dedicated to technology and language, and this conference is being attended by none other than a person who's the chairperson who is into the computational linguistics, heading a very high-powered body of the government of India, who was supposed to come for the inauguration. But since these people are also busy, he's coming for the valedictory session. His valedictory talk is there in the Hyderabad Central University. Along with that, he is chairing a session on language and technology. So we have a clear diversity. We have not left behind the linguistics part. So at MANUU, we have got sessions on translation. We have got sessions on literary studies, and we have sessions on identity formation and other all such social issues that have been taken up by linguistics and language. So it's a multidisciplinary conference in all respects. And we also have the mobility being represented. So today we have assembled here. Tomorrow we are going to Voxen. Physically, we are going to have a conference there. Day after tomorrow, we are going to Hyderabad Central University. That's the mobility for us. And we have been able to sustain this mobility by having collaborators from all the three universities, and we are doing it in a most collaborative way. Because one thing that struck me when I came here is that Hyderabad is a place where you have got Hyderabad Central University, you have got Osmania University, you have got FLU here, you have got IIT and triple IIT. So we have got all the people from all these places coming here for this conference. And this is the richness of Hyderabad. Thank you very much. And I welcome all of you. You came all the way from so many places, and we are all trying our best to make the best out of this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request Professor Aziz Banu, Dean, School of Languages, Linguistics and Indology, MANUU, to please say a few words. Please, ma'am.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। सदर इजलास मोहतरम वाइस चांसलर मौलाना आज़ाद नेशनल उर्दू यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोफेसर सैयद ऐनुल हसन, डायस पर मौजूद मेहमानान गिरामी और मेज़बानान गिरामी, मैं CIIL की डिप्टी डायरेक्टर मैडम का इस्तकबाल भी करती हूँ कि प्रोफेसर उमा मैडम वो नुमाइंदगी कर रही हैं सेंट्रल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडियन लैंग्वेजेस, मैसूर की जो इंस्टीट्यूशन है उससे हमारा कोलैबोरेशन पहले भी हुआ है, और हैदराबाद यूनिवर्सिटी जो सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी है उससे पड़ोसी होने के साथ साथ हमारे एकेडमिक भी कोलैबोरेशंस रहे हैं, और इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में उनका इश्तिराक बहुत भरपूर है। मैं मावनत करने वाले यूनिवर्सिटी जो दूसरी यूनिवर्सिटी है वॉक्सन यूनिवर्सिटी, उसके नुमाइंदों और उनके जो डिग्निटरीज हैं उनका भी इस्तकबाल करती हूँ, और आप सबकी खिदमत में सुबह खैर न कहूँगी क्योंकि सुबह ख़त्म हो रही है, हमारा रोज़ बखैर, आज का दिन बेहतर हो। यूनिवर्सिटी के रजिस्ट्रार जो लिंग्विस्टिक्स या लैंग्वेज के ही प्रोफेसर हैं उनका भी ताउन इसमें रहता है, और मैं प्रोफेसर इम्तियाज़ हसन साहब की बहुत ही शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि हमारे स्कूल को आपने इतना एनरिच किया है सर, और इसके लिए मैं सरपरस्ती के लिए शुक्रगुजार हूँ हमारे हर दिल अजीज़ वाइस चांसलर साहब की। वाइस चांसलर साहब के तरगीब पर, उनकी सरपरस्ती की वजह से प्रोफेसर सैयद ऐनुल हसन साहब ने सैयद इम्तियाज़ हसन साहब को यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मौलाना आज़ाद नेशनल उर्दू यूनिवर्सिटी पहुंचाया, और उन्होंने जो कि एक सोशल लिंग्विस्टिक्स के माहिर हैं, जाने माने माहिर हैं, उन्होंने यहाँ आते ही लिंग्विस्टिक्स के कोर्सेज भी ज्वाइन हमारे पास शुरू करवाए हैं। लास्ट ईयर से हम लोग BA ऑनर्स इन लिंग्विस्टिक्स भी शुरू किए हैं, और आपने कोलैबोरेशन के जो नमूने पेश किए हैं शोबे अंग्रेज़ी को उन्होंने अपने ताउन पेश किया। मैं यहाँ मुबारकबाद पेश करती हूँ शोबे अंग्रेज़ी को, जिन्होंने लिंग्विस्टिक्स के न सिर्फ कोर्सेस बल्कि कॉन्फ्रेंसेस, जो देखिए लैंग्वेज लिंग्विस्टिक्स लिटरेचर कुछ अलग नहीं होता, सब एक दूसरे में मिंगल्ड अप हैं, तो हम लोग कभी ये नहीं कह सकते कि हम लिंग्विस्टिक्स वाले नहीं हैं या कोई लैंग्वेज वाला नहीं है। यही रवैया, इस पॉजिटिव या इस मुस्बत रवैये को जाहिर करते हुए शोबे अंग्रेज़ी ने हमारे हसनैन साहब जो एडजंट प्रोफेसर रहे स्कूल ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस के लिए, फिर वो आज़ाद चेयर के प्रोफेसर हैं और अभी भी वो स्कूल ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस में हैं। तो स्कूल ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस के जो भी लिंग्विस्टिक्स के काम होते हैं वो शोबे अंग्रेज़ी के साथ ही होते हैं, और शोबे अंग्रेज़ी जो इंग्लिश डिपार्टमेंट है वो हमारे स्कूल का ख़दीम तरीन डिपार्टमेंट है। उर्दू के उर्दू शोबे के साथ ही अंग्रेजी शोबे का इनेकाद हुआ था, क़याम हुआ, और तभी से ये अपनी फ़आलियत को लेकर आगे बढ़े हैं और आज भी सीनियर प्रोफेसर्स उस शोबे के हिस्सा हैं, जिनमें हमारे प्रोफेसर सैयद हसीबुद्दीन खादरी साहब जो यूनिवर्सिटी के फाइनेंस ऑफिसर भी हैं, उनकी रहनुमाई रहती है शोबे को, और मैडम प्रोफेसर शगुफ्ता शाहीन जो यूनिवर्सिटी की ओएसडी हैं, उनकी भी रहनुमाई रहती है। तो शोबा आगे बढ़ रहा है, बढ़ना ही चाहिए, और नई क़ुव्वतें आप लोग देख ही रहे हैं कि माशाअल्लाह बहुत ज़्यादा लोग, एक भरपूर फुल फ्लेज डिपार्टमेंट है। स्कूल ऑफ लैंग्वेज में 6 फुल फ्लेज डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं। यूँ तो उर्दू अंग्रेजी का तो जिक्र आ गया, हिंदी, फारसी जिसको एक्सटेंड भी किया गया है, पहले सिर्फ फारसी शोबा था, लेकिन अब वो शोबे फारसी और मुतालियाते वस्त एशिया यानी सेंट्रल एशियन स्टडीज़ भी हैं, जिसके तहत पश्तो और टर्किश के कोर्सेज भी चलाए जा रहे हैं। और ट्रांसलेशन अप्लाइड लिंग्विस्टिक्स के तहत ट्रांसलेशन डिवीजन, हमारे पास पहले डिवीजन था, अब डिपार्टमेंट है। तो ये इस तरह की मल्टी लिंग्वल या क्या कहेंगे मल्टी डायमेंशनल या मल्टी लिंग्वल जो कॉन्फ्रेंसेस हो रही हैं, वो हमारे स्कूल के उस कंपोनेंट को पूरी करती हैं। हमारे स्कूल का पूरा नाम है स्कूल ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस, लिंग्विस्टिक्स एंड इंडोलॉजी। तो जब हम इंडिजीनियस बात करते हैं, इंडिजीनियस लैंग्वेजेस की बात करते हैं, तो हम उस कंपोनेंट की बात कर रहे हैं जो हमारे स्कूल का है। और इस हाजिरीन में जो मैं नाम लेना शुरू करूं तो डीन्स हैं, डायरेक्टर्स हैं, और दीगर यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के जो नुमाइंदे हैं, जो वहाँ के मसूलीन हैं, मैं सबका इस्तकबाल भी करती हूँ, शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ कि आपने हमारे इस यूनिवर्सिटी के इस कॉन्फ्रेंस को रौनक बख्शी, और मुबारकबाद पेश करती हूँ शोबे अंग्रेज़ी को कि उन्होंने एक कामयाब कॉन्फ्रेंस करने के लिए इक़दाम किया। शुक्रिया।
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would now like to request Professor Ishtiyaq Ahmed, Registrar MANUU, to please say a few words. Please, sir.
Thank you very much. Good morning to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Syed Ainul Hasan Sahab, dignitaries on dais, Professor Umar Rani from CIIL, Professor Prabhakar Rao, Professor Imtiaz Hasnain Sahab, and organizers or convener of this international seminar, Professor Nagendra, Professor Shagufta Shahin, Professor Hasibuddin Qadri Sahab, Professor Imtiaz Hasnain Sahab, and many more friends sitting over here. Indeed, it's a great day today. I must say that intellectually it's very encouraging for all of us that our university, Maulana Azad National Urdu University, along with 2 other national and international universities, again collaborating with another 3 important center or institution of eminence, by doing this hard task, is organizing such an important international conference, Voices of India and Beyond, Mobility, Sustainability and Technology. And a good number of participants all across various institutions and universities, and Professor Imtiaz have shared that scholars and participants from Japan, Spain, Bangladesh, Hong Kong, and France are participating in this international conference. On behalf of the university, I welcome you all to this international conference, and we do hope that such an important multidisciplinary conference, which is being organized in collaboration with many organizations, and scholars, teachers, and experts are participating into this conference. They will certainly share their researches and expertise They will also share their expertise into teaching diverse areas dealing with mobility and sustainability. And most important, I could see that a good number of senior, scholars and experts are participating, who have a very long experience and long career in handling major projects of the government of India, especially from CIIL. And I do hope that this will provide a good opportunity, new window. This will open a new windows for, especially for our scholars and teachers, to be part of their major projects. Certainly they are going to share their views, their expertise as far as those project is concerned. And academically, this will be very fruitful for all of us, our teachers and participants at large, and shall help us in exploring new areas as far as mobility, sustainability, and technology is concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Professor K. Nagendra, Professor S. Arulmozi, Dr. Anik Nandi, Dr. Khairunisa, Dr. Govind on the dais for the release of the book of abstracts of the conference by our Honorable Vice Chancellor. Please. Thank you all. Thank you so much. I now announce the release of the two monographs brought out by Maulana Azad Chair. I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ainul Hassan, to do the honors, and I would like to request all the dignitaries to please join in and do the honors. I would also like to thank the Directorate of Translation for translating and printing the work. I would also like to invite Professor Shugufta Shaheen, OSD 1, to please come up on the dais. Please, ma'am. Thank you. I would now like to invite Dr. Aslam on stage for the release of Sir's translated work titled Breathless Beyond, a Rose Diary. I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ainul Hassan, to kindly release the book, and I would like to request all the dignitaries to please join in. Thank you. Yes. I am also pleased to announce the release of another text titled Comparative Studies, History, Methods and Applications, edited by Dr. Aslam. I would like to inform that in the first year of introducing comparative studies under the aegis of the Department of English, the department has come out with an edited book on comparative literature. I invite all the dignitaries on stage to please do the honors. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Shugupta ma'am. I would now like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Ainul Hassan, to please grace the stage with his presidential remarks. Please, sir.
In the name of the one who gave us life and wisdom. Now, Professor Prabhakar Rao, distinguished scholar, Professor Umarani, host of dignitaries, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this topic is very interesting, Voices of India and Beyond, covering up so many aspects of contemporary and involving past, present, and future. Sustainable development, language, technology, law, cultural diversity, planning and policy, climate change, transition, and tradition, maybe oral tradition also. Of course, language, literature, culture, philosophy, and whatnot. Such a vast topic, in fact. Professor Imtiaz, how to deliberate upon, you see, and where to begin, where to end. It's a big question. On one hand, technology. On the other hand, our aesthetics. And today, in this era of postmodernism and beyond that, you overemphasize the need and it will take you to the postmodernism. See what is happening around us. We should do a little analysis of the facts and figures. You know, globalization, when you say globalization, let us think about this term, what is globalization? Today, globalization is a term mainly used for trade considerations. This term is stolen by the marketeers. Everybody is talking about economic growth, sustainability, and then exchanges, trade, commerce, and then money going down, up, everything, you know. Is it global? Last night I was listening to one of the interviews of great musician Naushad, and he was asked a very pertinent question. Person who created history, every bit of Indianness you may find in his music. And now this man was craving for O Duniya Ke Rakhwale. Rakhwale is not coming to rescue Naushad because the art is dying. And that's how he answered very categorical that look, future was bleak. And they are also supposed to earn their daily bread. So then I decided to send them to US to do management and medical studies. I say this Pakhavaj and the Tanpura and others, you see. It will go to a museum now. Because new technologies, you know, coming up. And that technology means, you see, every word, you see, a singer is pronouncing one word, and then everything is over, and then again, you see the thing. And then it is a composition, rather. Composition, combination, is a cocktail. Where is sustainability? Your art is dying. Speak Maike, Professor Imtiaz Ahmed, you must have attended a Speak Maike program. How many programs are organized by Speak Maike today? And I have seen, I belong to Varanasi, and I can tell you, I have seen through my close quarters a family of Ustad Bismillah Khan. And today, you know what is happening? His sons and daughters are starving. I'm telling you, these are the facts. Because Bismillah was buried along with his Shanai. Where is Shanai? What is the status of Shanai today? You just find out, you just make up. Nowhere. So all other aesthetics, don't say that only when you write something on paper, when you type something in the screen, then only it becomes a language. There are so many other ways to communicate. A sculpture, my smile is also communicating something. Who is taker? A painting is also communicating something. Poetry, लगेगी आग तो आएंगे घर कहीं जद में. यहां पे सिर्फ हमारा मकान थोड़ी है. So आग लगी. In 2007 and 8, I was teaching in Rutgers State University of New Jersey. And close by there was a movie theater, especially meant for Indian films. And then one Khan Mani, you go there, you see, you will find one Khan and then replaced by another Khan and then another Khan. So Khans were very popular, you see. And then look at the Mexicans and Africans, the whole thing, surrounding locality was. And they were trying to find their Mexican ideal in these Khans. This is your diaspora. Only films, you see, I'm talking about. Other arts are dying. And similarly, when you say globalization, when you talk about your philosophy, your culture, sustainability, do we really interact? When we say the southern part of this globe, and again we are splitting, you see, where is northern, where is eastern and western? We are also departing. You know, these are realities we must think about, and we must perform it accordingly. Now, you know, Nizamul Mulk Tusi, a great author of Persian literature, who wrote 4 articles, initial articles on you know, medicine, on poetry, on say, other arts. He was the person who suggested, and he was very clear about it. He said, look, writing should begin in the prime of youth. And writing after superannuation is absent. What we see, we are writing after superannuation. And then he wrote that writing in Pacific, reading in Mediterranean. Look, this is globalization. And we have seen in the past the kind of global appeal that all books were initially translated by Persian scholars, Indian books in Sanskrit language. Were translated whether Mahabharata or Ramayana or Upanishad or you say all Vedas, all four Vedas. They were first translated by the Persians. But are you going to retain Persian as a subject, as a language in today's market in India? Professor Aziz Banu, do you think you are professor of Persian? Identity, you say there is a sentence in your writing, you see, when you say that sustainable development, language, technology and law, and that language empowers communities to reclaim their identities and history. Are you really serious about it? To reclaim your history? That's a big question. Think about it. You see, I'm not here to deliver a long lecture. My time is over now. But we are making cocktail of everything. Simeon, we are making cocktail. It's a cocktail. But Sadi very clearly mentioned in his Gulistan that the real musk is the one musk. Mushk anas ke as khud beguyat, non ke attar beguyat. He said real musk is the one which gives perfume by itself, not the one recommended by the perfume seller. So don't go by the perfume sellers. See whether there is a fragrance or not. If there is fragrance, okay, try to capture it, preserve it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now request Dr. Anik Nandi from Voksan University to please deliver the vote of thanks. Please, sir.
Thank you very much and good afternoon. I think I'll start from that angle. After Honorable VC Sir's interesting lecture that we have just listened, where we had a real different realms that we have touched right now, we'd just like to focus on, first I will just quickly go through this because I think that I don't want to make it longer either because we are just immediately before lunch. So, dear colleagues, distinguished speakers and dignitaries, as we commence an intellectual journey together through this conference, it is indeed a great honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks in today's inaugural session. First and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our distinguished speakers in the inaugural session because we have listened, we have learned, we talked about interdisciplinarity. And this is pretty much the core of our Honorable Vice Chancellor's note, if we can see it, because how we touch different domains and we try to connect them, we intersect them. Your insights and expertise have enlightened us all, and your contributions have truly enriched the conference. I also would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to my co-organizers from MANUU and from HCU, including Professor Imtiaz Hasnain for mentoring us since the inception of the conference idea, which took place nearly a year back when I visited Professor Hasnain. I was actually teaching in University of Hyderabad at that point of time. So this kind of a long relation that we started discussing about this. Even then, I was not a Voxener yet. I started afterwards. So then your support has been instrumental for Professor Hasnain to making this event a reality. Believe me, we had our challenges because 3 universities organizing 3 days. I see Nagendra sir smiling now because this is the last bit of it. He will get rid of it today, but I have it tomorrow. So I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our funders, CIIL, ICSSR, the Galician Studies Center at Woxon University, and Institute of Excellence at Hyderabad University of Hyderabad for their generous support. I would also like to thank participants, both person and virtual. I strongly hope that your enthusiasm and engagement will make this conference a vibrant and dynamic. Last but certainly not least, I extend my deepest gratitude to the technical and support staff at MANUU, who has been working behind the scenes, and also the organizers, as we have mentioned. I'm not going for the names, I'm just giving you jointly the thanks because I know these are sometimes got missing, You have been working behind the scenes, and it is really a pleasure to be part of such an inspiring gathering of minds. I hope to see all of you again tomorrow. And until then, let's continue with the conversation that we started now in this inaugural session through the upcoming sessions after this. Thank you very much, and see you soon in the next session.
Thank you, sir. I now request everybody to please stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. I hope that all of you find the paper presentations enlightening and enjoyable. I